Hi everyone, brought you together today to do a nice quick and easy dish, okay? So we're going to do a bit of a twist on poached egg on toast, so we're going to add some extra ingredients to it. So let's get into the kitchen and start cooking. So we've got some lovely ripe avocado. It's really important that they're ripe, so some avocados. We've got some fresh coriander, some lovely coriander, a little bit of cherry tomatoes, a little bit of garlic, some lime and cumin. We've got a little bit of salt and pepper as well. Obviously for the poached eggs, we've got 3 eggs there, and we've got a pot of water on the side there. And just behind me, hiding in the toaster, we've got some bread ready to get toasted, okay? So I just want to take you through the guacamole nice and quickly first, okay? So just a real top tip on how to get the avocado out, okay? First things first, okay? So obviously it's like a pear shape, that sort of arch at the bottom. What you want to do is you want to just cut straight through the middle, okay? Until the point where the knife stops. And then all you want to do is just roll it round. Dead simple, okay? Once you've done that, you should just be able to twist. And lovely, you see it just pops out right there and then. Now this one, all you want to do is just get the hilt of the knife and you just want to tap it into the pip and just lift it out like that, and it's just as easy as that. I'm just going to pop that to one side, and there's our avocado ready to go. So I'm just going to show you one more time. We're just going to literally roll the knife around, cutting halfway through, and then little twist. There we go, and then again hilt of the knife. And then just give it a little twist and out it comes. Okay. I promise you, it might not happen. I can't believe we got 2 done in one. It might not happen like that when you do it for yourselves, but give it a go. So, okay, so first things first, what we want to do is we want to get the avocado out into this bowl. Okay, and literally, all you want to do is just a spoon around the outside and just scoop it out. Okay. And again with the other one. Now what we're going to do with this one is I'm just going to use 1 avocado. Okay, we'll just keep that one to one side. Okay. Because these are nice big ripe avocados. Okay. So with the other ingredients, so with the chili, what you want to do is just roll it in between your hands. Yeah, and what that does is it loosens all those seeds up, so the seeds in. So when you give it a shake, it should turn like a little mini maraca. And just all you want to do is just take that top off and just give it a little shake, and you'll see the seed should just drop out. If not, give it a little tap on your hand. Now, don't worry if you don't get all the seeds out, because what we're looking for with the chilies, we're looking for the flavour, not necessarily the heat. There's a little bit of heat there, but not too much. So move that to one side, and then all we're going to do is just cut that in half, and then any excess seeds, we'll just push them out. Now, if you do like a little bit of heat, leave them in. But me personally, I just don't want it too spicy. Okay, and then all you want to do with that is you're just going to give it a little shred into little thin strips, and then we'll do exactly the same with the other side. And then just cut the other way. Now, guacamole can be as rustic as you want to be. It doesn't have to be some fine dipping sauce. It can be exactly as rustic as you want to be. So, in we go. There it is. And I'm going to throw that in there. And then what we want to do is, with the tomatoes, I'm just literally going to chop through them. What the tomatoes do is I find they add a little bit of sweetness to it. So I like to put tomatoes in there. Just gives it a little bit of sweetness, especially the cherry tomatoes. They're nice and sweet. And seeds and everything are going in there. I'm not going to be... Okay, now, and that's going to go in there. Now, that's in. And then there's the garlic, and I've just forgot one more thing. I'm just going to grab a spring onion in there as well. Okay, because what I want to do is I want a little bit of onion in there as well, a little bit of tang. Now, it's not necessarily what you'd have on the recipe, but I like to put a bit of spring onion in there as well. Again, it's a little bit more sweetness. So I just cut that 3 ways and then just shred through. Nice and gentle. All the way up to the point where I cut it. And then I've got a little bit of onion in there, you see, that I can throw in there. So that goes in there as well. So, last 2, a little bit of garlic. So the garlic, we want to get it into sort of a puree. So again, we're just going to roughly chop through. And then we'll just puree that down. Again, no garlic crushers required. Just use the side of the knife, 3 fingers, crush through, nice and smushed, and then boom, that goes in. Some nice Mexican flavours in there now. So the coriander, I'm just gonna roughly chop, so I'm not looking for super fine, sort of like fine chopped parsley or anything like that. You want it a little bit rustic, because when we start mushing it all up together, it's gonna come together. So then we want a nice pinch of salt, tiny bit of black pepper, and then we're going to do the juice of half a lime, okay, so just again, just over the top. It feels like a bit of a stingy lime, so I'm going to add the full lime this time. So I don't want to waste, I don't want it not to have that sort of acidity. So the lime has this nice sharpness about it. And this is great for like tortilla chips and things like that, a dip. And as you can see, really, really simple to make. Okay, so all I'm going to do with that now is using the back of a fork, is I'm just going to mush up that avocado. The focus is the avocado. So I just want to use the fork to mush up the avocado. So if it isn't ripe, it won't do this, it won't mush up. So bear that in mind if you're doing it. If you feel like your avocado's a little bit underripe, all you want to do is chop it up and just leave it for 5 or 10 minutes, or if not, overnight in the fridge, and it should start to soften up. I'm just going to give that. So you've got that lovely red chilli in there and all the flavours, and it's mushing up lovely, that. I wish you could smell it, it's so strong, it's nice. And it tastes so much better fresh. I can't emphasise enough, the jar guacamole, it just doesn't have the same flavour as what a fresh one would. So you've got that lovely avocado there, all those lovely colours. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, right, so let's get on with the poached egg. Oh, sorry, one key ingredient missing. Absolutely nearly forgot. Cumin. Okay, so we want about a teaspoon of cumin. Nearly forgot that. So the cumin adds a real earthy body to it, so I'm just going to mix that last bit in. It's really important, that. Nearly forgot. Don't worry though, the recipe in the comments below will have everything in. So let's bring you to the water for the poached egg. Okay. So what we've got in here is we've got some salt, we've got some cider vinegar. Okay, so the salt and cider vinegar allow the eggs to stay together when they're in the water. Now, you can whisk up the water to create a whirlpool to get this egg to solidify in the middle. But the issue with that is you have to do it for each one, so you can only tend to cook one egg at a time, and that's a real issue, you see. So what we need to do is we need to leave the water as still as we possibly can. So we want it to bubble and boil first, and then we reduce that temperature down. So I'm just going to crack each egg in, and what I want you to bear in mind when you crack the eggs in is do it nice and slowly. So you're not dropping them from a height, because then you'll lose the shape. Okay, so that's going in. And last but not least, the last egg. Lovely, so they're in. Okay, so while that's cooking, those eggs are cooking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my toast on. So nice and simple. And okay, so we've got the toast. Lovely, nice golden brown crispy toast. Okay. And then what we're going to do is you want to put the guacamole on the bottom. Okay, I tend to use a fork because what it means is you can ruffle it up. Because when you smooth it with a spoon, I just don't think it looks as attractive. And I'm literally going to use the whole avocado. Really good. Scoop it all up. Half each. So you can see all those lovely colours, the reds, the greens, and the smell is unreal. The smell is unreal. There we go. Okay, so that's ready to go. I'll move that out of the way. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to get the poached eggs out, okay? So what you want to do is just tilt the egg. Now if you can put these out on like a paper towel and let them rest. Always do 3 eggs. And the simple reason being, it seems a bit wasteful, but I always find that one will always go wrong and you'll pop or burst. So it just means you've just got a little bit of a security. And literally, I'm going to put a little bit of cracked pepper over the top. Tiny little pinch of salt. And that is it. That is literally it. And what I'm going to do for you is, let's see how we did on the egg. So I'm just going to pop that through, and we'll just cut it through, and there we go. Look at that lovely egg. Absolutely perfect. Brilliant. And that's it, as simple as that. Avocado, guacamole on toast with poached eggs. Great, great breakfast. Enjoy.